Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to explain how to integrate Flux and OpenBao for secretless deployments. Most engineers get this wrong because if you are still manually injecting secrets into your GitOps pipeline, you are leaving a trail of sensitive data in your logs and your version control history. This is more critical than you think. One misconfigured environment variable can expose your entire production database to anyone with read access to your cluster. This integration changes how you handle credentials in Kubernetes. Let us look at how it works. Specifically, we will cover the security risks of traditional secret management, the internal architecture of OpenBao and Flux, how to configure Kubernetes authentication, and how to implement the Flux secretless controller. We will also walk through common production pitfalls and the real-world impact on your security posture. These are the topics we are going to cover in this video, so do not skip ahead. Watch all the way through to actually understand this properly. Quick note before we dive in: this channel shares practical IT tutorials every week, so if that is useful to you, hit subscribe and join our WhatsApp community linked in the description for more resources. So what is the problem with traditional secret management? It relies on static credentials stored in Git or as environment variables. This creates a permanent, immutable record of your keys in version control history. Think about the impact. If a developer's machine is compromised or if a repository is accidentally made public, your entire infrastructure is at risk. There is no rotation, no auditing, and no way to easily revoke access without a full redeploy. So what is secretless deployment really? It uses short-lived dynamic credentials generated on the fly via workload identity. Think of it like a hotel key card. Instead of giving you a master key that works forever, the front desk gives you a card that expires in 24 hours and only opens your specific room. OpenBao acts as that front desk, providing identities that vanish as soon as the job is done. Before we begin, you need a few things. First, a working Kubernetes cluster version 1.25 or newer. You need Flux CD already running. You also need an OpenBao instance with the Kubernetes authentication method enabled. Ensure you have cluster admin privileges to configure service accounts. Verify your setup by running the kubectl version command as shown on screen to ensure you can talk to your cluster. Make sure to review each point shown on screen carefully. So how does this work internally? When Flux needs to deploy a resource, it asks the Kubernetes API to verify its own identity. It presents a token to OpenBao. OpenBao validates that token against the Kubernetes API, and if it is valid, OpenBao issues a short-lived dynamic secret directly to the application. This happens in milliseconds and requires no hard-coded strings in your Git repository. Now let us put this into practice. First, we create a dedicated service account for Flux to authenticate with OpenBao, shown on line 1. Then, on lines 4 through 6, we bind this service account to the system auth delegator role. This allows OpenBao to verify the identity of the pods running in our cluster. Without this, the authentication request will be rejected by the API server immediately. This is the expected output. If you see these creation messages, the identity provider is correctly configured in your cluster. Perfect. Now let us look at the core concept. We use a secret provider class manifest. On line 6, we define the provider as Vault. On lines 8 through 11, we specify the role and the path to our secret. The key here is that the password is never in the Git repo. Flux fetches the reference, but the actual secret is injected into the pod memory at runtime. This is the definition of a secretless deployment. When you apply this configuration, you should see the secret provider class created successfully. This tells the CSI driver to start watching for secret requests. Building on what we just saw, here is how a senior engineer would write this in production. Notice on line 7, we explicitly link the service account. Then, lines 8 to 14 define a volume that uses the CSI driver. This mounts the secret as a file in the pod. Because the driver is used, the secret is never stored on disk, only in the pod memory. This is the gold standard for secure, secretless application configuration. And that is exactly right. The deployment is configured and the pod is running with the secret mounted as a temporary volume. If you see this, your secrets are being injected securely. Now, why does this happen? Usually, it is because your service account is not allowed to access the specific path in OpenBao. The root cause is a mismatch between the role defined in your manifest and the policy in your OpenBao engine. To fix this, you need to update the role in OpenBao. Run the command shown on screen to map your service account to the correct policy. This explicitly grants the Flux Vault Auth service account permission to read the secrets from the production database path. Let us talk about a real-world scenario. An e-commerce platform serving 1 million daily requests was struggling with secret rotation. Every time a database password changed, they had to redeploy their entire microservice fleet. It was a manual mess. After implementing Flux and OpenBao, they automated credential rotation and reduced their manual deployment time by 95%. Their security posture improved drastically because keys are now rotated every 30 days automatically. Now, when should you use this? Use this if you have more than 5 microservices sharing secret access requirements. It is also mandatory if you have strict compliance requirements for short-lived credentials. Do not use this if your infrastructure is very small and you only have 1 or 2 static secrets. The operational overhead will cost more than it saves. Also, avoid it if your team is not familiar with Kubernetes service account identities, as debugging authentication issues requires a solid grasp of how cluster identity works. Make sure to review each point shown on screen carefully. So, here are the key takeaways. First, always use short-lived dynamic secrets instead of static environment variables. Second, use Kubernetes service accounts to establish trust between Flux and OpenBao. Third, mount secrets as temporary files using the CSI driver to keep them out of disk memory. Fourth, automate your credential rotation to minimize the blast radius of potential leaks. Finally, always verify your identity policies in OpenBao whenever you see permission denied errors. These steps will make your deployment significantly more secure. If this video helped you and you think it can help others in the community too, please do like and hype the video. It helps more people find this content. Hit subscribe to stay updated for our regular videos. Join our WhatsApp community using the link in the description, where we share more practical IT resources every week. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.